always do this. Corey, you need to move this somewhere else.
Move
Got
on.
it. No, I'm moving this other house. I just
Oh,
got caught.
the backpack was here. Backpack was in
Where
the
you
way.
got 200 records.
No one cares, bro. He doesn't care about subscribers, bro.
I tell myself not to because I don't want to be enslaved by it.
So don't mention it.
No, he can mention it. I do everything I can not to.
You have 214 now. I subscribed to you on 2 other accounts.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just kidding.
Alright, let me switch defaults. Alright, imagine you want to do bio project card or you want to do reading first?
Bye, bro. Project. Video.
Ooh.
Remember it.
So he said he'll be on in a bit, so I do have it so that we can hear him once he connects and you can ask his question, okay? Or we can pause what we're doing so you can ask it. Okay?
Yes!
I'm being flexible with that.
So, like, if we're in the middle of reading, we can take a break.
Nope, you can just pause, you can ask your question, let him answer, and we get back to it, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
I'm frustrated.
Brothers like that.
Oh.
Will you marry me? So you wanna get in trouble?
What?
Yay!
What the heck did you do?
Made the screen capture, I bet.
Well, luckily,
Pervious Infinity.
good thing I'm not sharing my screen right now, because that
Oh my god.
Because what?
I would have been DRM'd hard. Okay, no more please.
That's right.
See all videos.
Hold this. I gotta check.
Pervious and Finn.
Oh my god, good to know.
That's what judges.
We did judges. First Samuel, I think we're on third guy.
Sounds about right. This one's
Yo,
gonna be
honestly,
good.
I think if they saw that, they would probably be like, okay, bro, don't do it again.
Oh, it's something I catch. Like, as long as it shows I'm not actively doing it, it's like one thing when it's.
So if you lived in ancient Bible times, odds are you lived under the authority of a king.
And many of these kings claimed that they were gods, and they would even call themselves the image of God.
Meaning they had authority to tell people what to do, order things to be made.
Yeah, they got to define good and evil. And these kings would often make statues of themselves, which in Hebrew were called tselem, often translated as idol or image.
But for Israel, they didn't view their kings as the god. In fact, they were never supposed to even make images of God.
It's exactly right, and that was really unique for that time and culture. This is rooted, first of all, in Israel's belief that you can't reduce the creator God down to any one thing in creation. But there's another reason. People aren't to make images of God because God has already made images of himself.
When did he do that?
Well, let's go to page 1 of the Bible. And the first person we meet there is God. He's the one with authority over all creation. He speaks and creation obeys. And he defines what is good and not good. In other words, he alone is king. But then surprisingly, as the pinnacle of all of God's creative work, he makes humans. And he calls all of them the image of God.
So he gives all humans the authority to rule.
Exactly, that's That's what he goes on to say. He tells the humans
All humans the authority to rule.
exactly. That's what he.
All right. So, the kings in the ancient world, they count themselves as made in the right. And so, because the kings of the old really believe that they're made in the image, so they were descent of God, reincarnation of God. Yep, and then they could define what's good and bad. Well, they really believe they could, though. Well, but that's what they truly believe. That's the point. Like, they don't have the authority of God, right? Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, that, like, the ancients knew that.
What are you talking about?
And so, what makes...
For example, like, let's say that you're hanging out with your friend, you're enjoying your time, and all of a sudden you become a trillionaire. I don't need him anymore. I have $1 trillion. He doesn't have to be my friend anymore. Everyone, listen to me. I have $1 trillion.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'll give you $50 if you
Snail.
wash my
Yeah.
feet.
yeah. So, what was the Hebrew word for idol? Do you remember that part?
It's
Selim. The T is silent. You're right. And so, because the reason why, so kings believe they're made in the image of God, and so they made idols for themselves and also idols to the gods. Did Yahweh, the God of the Bible, ask for idols?
No.
He created people and called them the image of God.
In the image of God, he called them. So we don't make image of God because we are his walking image. Yep, there's Panda. Isn't it cool? It is. Actually, you can grab that. I'm gonna put it right here. Thank you. More center.
No. Grabs it. In the dumpster you go. Just because it sucks.
You're a dumpster.
You're a
But Panda is cool in JJK.
Yeah, Panda's really cool. I love
original
JJ.
panda sucks.
I mean, he's probably not he's easily not the strongest,
Balder's
but
the strongest. Duh.
No.
No
okay.
way.
I don't feel like having this debate who is the strongest. But back
It
to
depends on who, like, when their best moment is. Like, it depends on the situation. Like,
Well, I know,
where YouTube was going crazy. There was Gojo, there was Supana, there was everyone. Oh my god, why is she sitting like that? Dude, look at this.
she's next level. All right. So let's finish the recap. So Selim, Yahweh made images of himself, and who is the image of himself? Humans. And so then now, what do we do with that image?
Proclaim it.
Carry it on.
We rule. Actually, we rule and as Yahweh rules, and we'll see that into effect. All right, you guys ready? Nice. All right, you ready? All right, JJ, I'm waiting for you to get yourself over.
Jason, I swear, not giving me
Wow, way to like feel like you're in the image of God, just making what's good and bad in my
I
house.
don't know this house. What are you talking about?
All right, you ready?
Dude, we literally just had a whole conversation about having power and saying, you can't do this, that's bad. This is evil, that's good. You can do that. And then he was saying, oh, but I would never, I'm in the image of God. No media for
No
you.
media.
Okay, I just
All right.
continue.
He goes on to say, he tells the humans to subdue the earth and to rule it. And so this task that once belonged only to elite kings is here in the Bible the task of every human being. This was a revolutionary statement in its day because all humans are being called to rule and to participate in the human project.
So what does this mean? I mean, how are we all supposed to rule?
So the picture we get in Genesis is gardening.
Gardening?
Yes, gardening. So they rule the earth by cultivating it, by harnessing all of the earth's raw potential and then making something more and new out of it.
So growing food for each other.
Yes, but that also includes growing families then, which become neighborhoods, and then they create communities where people are going to work and take care of each other and build businesses and cities that will expand to new places and so on.
So ruling is really the day-to-day acts of our work and creativity.
Yes, we take the world somewhere. This is humanity's divine and sacred task.
Yeah, and this all sounds really nice. And humans have designed some pretty great things. But just as often we create things that cause a lot of suffering and a lot of injustice. So maybe we shouldn't actually be ruling.
Yeah, so the Bible addresses this. In Genesis, what happens is that God gives humans a choice about how they're going to rule. So are they going to use their authority for the benefit of others, which is God's definition of good, or are they going to turn away and define good and evil for themselves and use their authority for self-advantage?
And in the story, they choose to define good and evil on their own terms.
And so this is the Bible's depiction of the human condition. So sometimes we pull off amazingly good stuff, but just as often, despite our best intentions, we act selfishly and we create evil in the world.
And so we're stuck as mediocre rulers making a mess of things.
But that's not the end of the story. So the Bible goes on and it makes this claim that all of this was resolved when God bound himself to humanity through Jesus. And he showed us what it looks like to truly rule as a human.
So what does it look like?
Well, Jesus ruled by serving and by seeking the best for others, by putting himself underneath them and loving not just his friends, but also his enemies.
And that's not a typical way to rule.
And not only that, Jesus confronted the consequences of all of the evil and the death that we have created by our messed up ways of ruling. And he takes it.
You saw the Furby?
Why is there that from a video game?
That's from a movie.
It's from an actual
It's
product.
an old movie. It's called
Great. An actual product got turned into a movie, and that movie got turned into a horror game. It's from the product. We were all
yeah, Gremlins. Yeah. On the
Dude,
Hold on, joke about gremlins.
yeah.
You don't feed them after midnight, you don't get them wet, and you don't let them see the sun.
Does Gremlins start as an actual toy, or was it
There's a movie first.
that was a movie
And
first?
there's
Yeah,
Furbies
why?
Huh?
Because gremlins, when they multiply really fast when you get them wet, and you feed
Yeah.
them,
And also
and they
you
go
have to do a
crazy,
singing
and
ritual.
they do a lot of, they just,
Sing. They sing.
yeah,
They talk a lot.
they do a bunch of destruction and chaos.
Yeah.
Why did they add that as a
It
joke?
went
That's
from
just not
movie-
funny.
It went from movie to product to video game, and the video game is what blew everything up. And the product.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're just showing things that are, for them, like things that we made that are evil. Like, if Gremlins actually existed,
We'd be dead.
all right.
Confronted the consequences of all of the evil and the death that we have created by our messed up ways of ruling. And he takes it. I mean, he lets it kill him. And so when the New Testament writers looked back to Jesus' resurrection, they see a whole new future opening up for all humanity.
Jesus is a new way to be human.
Yeah, that's why they called Jesus the image of God, or the new human. And not only that, they also believe that Jesus' divine life and power is now available to heal and to transform us to become our life and power.
And this sounds really nice, but what does it really look like?
So practically, the Apostle Paul said it looks like people being filled by Jesus' own presence and spirit, filled with love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and integrity and gentleness and self-control. He says this is the new humanity that God wants to create in us, so that we become people in whom God's image is being restored, people who will move the human project forward. And that's actually how the story of the Bible ends. It's a renewed world where God is on his throne and his servants are all around him, but they're the ones ruling over this new world, taking it into new, uncharted territory with Jesus as their healer and their guide.
They get very stuttery. All right.
Hey,
Oh, hey. 1 second. We're summarizing this video, and then then I'll let Charlie ask his question. All right.
all right.
So we're made in the image, and whose definition of good and bad are we supposed to look to?
God.
God's. And so
The world.
like the idea of like love and peace, is that a new 70s hippie thing?
No.
King Jesus even said we rule by love and peace, but we have to do it his way. That a lot of time, like power, like it's his, like we lay down our power for the other. We do it how he did it. Like that's truly love and peace. And call evil is evil. Like sometimes a love and peace community doesn't want to define evil, but we have to do it as King Jesus if we're really going to serve and help the other. Because one thing we know is when even ourselves, when we're in unhealthy habits, we got to say, hey, that's unhealthy, that is evil, to then address it out of ourselves. And that's the same thing with our neighbors. And that's actually love. All right, Charlie, ask David your question.
So David.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound tiny weird, but I was wondering how to get into the deep code of the Minecraft level.dat file. And if I was wondering if you can help me.
I assume you're wanting to edit your save data somehow. Then,
Yes.
what kind of changes are you wanting to make?
To the word border. Don't ask why. Just I want to test something.
Well, one sec. I think there's a program that should be able to help.
I
with what
already
you
have the
want.
program. It's just it doesn't let me move the invisible word border. It only lets me move the placeholder, like visible one.
Hmm.
So
Well, back
So-
up a little bit. What program are you saying that you have?
the MBT Explorer, I'm pretty sure.
That's
It
not the
works
one I
fine.
have.
It's more just I need to get to the invisible one.
Yes. Yes, and you're wanting something that
I want to
works
make it so I could go
at
past
a
it.
very low level, so you can actually.
Go past it, yes.
Yep.
That's why if you could help me by understanding the computer code to get really deep into files. And I was wondering if you can help me with that, which I don't know if you can, but I don't know, just wondering.
Well, give me a sec. I need to dig around and see if I can find this thing, because I have access to an editor that does things at a very low level, as opposed to as opposed to it. I guess the higher level world editors that oftentimes don't let you fiddle with stuff like that. But I need to find it.
The like level.dat file?
Yeah.
All right. So while you
What I'm looking for is an NBT editor, because that's how Minecraft saves all of his stuff.
Mhm.
Just need
I
to
don't-
find it.
I can ask Corey, but see if he's okay with it, but maybe Corey can take a picture of it and I can show you the file that I'm talking about.
I mean, I know what a level.dat is.
Oh. Well,
Alright.
yeah.
How about this? While you're searching, it'll give him about 20 minutes to hunt around. We're going to be doing reading now. Sound good?
That sounds like a plan.
And then I can set up the wireless microphone, so you don't have to use mine. But
I don't want to go over there every 10 seconds. Be like, oh, I found this again, right?
mm-hmm. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, Logan and Ethan are coming over soon. I mean,
His computer.
it's his call. A lot of times he's very flexible letting other people. I just asked Brendan if one of you guys can be on his computer, so everyone has a computer. And someone can ask Bailey if they could be on her computer.
Focus it. Finish reading.
But yeah, let's finish reading. Isaiah for everyone. Yes.
Just before you guys start with the reading, because I wasn't able to find the file, but I was able to find where you can download the file, which is good enough. I shared a link with you, Corey, for
Okay.
NVT Explorer. Yeah, it's the program that I use for for this kind of level editing when necessary.
Yeah, I think that's the program that Charlie has been using.
Oh. Well, I suppose we'll need to talk further after the reading than if he's already been using this one.
Okay.
Well, can we just start Discord and chat?
We could do that after reading.
Yeah, after. That's
Yeah.
what I meant. But not right now, of course, but we could share the screen on that monitor. I could show what I'm trying.
Mm-hmm. All right. Things that shouldn't happen yet. Things that shouldn't happen yet, too. King Jesus, you're good. Thank you for this moment that we could step out of our current time and then read the writings from 2,000 years ago. Even longer. Gosh, 4,000 years ago. And we can, actually probably about 3,000 years ago, if I'm thinking about it, or 25, somewhere around there. But anyways, I digress. You're holy, holy, and true. As we read this, please show us how to rule like you rule. Because if any moment, if we look deep down, we just know that we do make a muck of things. And we need you. We need you to equip your way of love and peace. Call evil as evil, but also bring the human project further and towards people are living with places for food and houses and the good kind of rule. Amen. Isaiah son of Amos sent to Hezekiah saying, Yahweh Israel's God, with whom you pleaded concerning Sennacherib, king of Assyria, has said this. This is the word that Yahweh has spoken about him. She has despised you, maiden, Miss Zion has mocked you. Behind you, Miss Jerusalem has shaken her head. Whom have you blasphemed and reviled? Against whom have you lifted your voice? You have raised your eyes on high to Israel's Holy One. By the hand of your servants you have blasphemed my Lord and said, with the abundance of my charity, I am the one who has gone up to the mountain height, Lebanon's furthest parts. I have cut down the tallest of its cedars, the choicest of its cypresses. I have come to its ultimate height, its richest forest. I am the one who has dug and drunk water, and dried with the sole of my feet all Egypt's streams. Have you not heard? Long ago I did it. From days of old I formed it. Now I have made it come about. It has happened, causing fortified cities to crash into ruin heaps. Their inhabitants have been sapped of power, shattered and shamed. They have become vegetation of the countryside, green herbage, grass on the roof, something blasted before it grows up. Your staying, going out, and coming I know, and how you raged at me, because you raged at me. And your confidence came up into my ears. I will put my hook in your nose, and my bit in your mouth, and make you return by the way you came. This will be the sign for you, Hezekiah. This year, eat the natural growth. And the second year, the secondary growth. And the third year, you can sow and reap. Plant vineyards and eat their fruit. The survivors of Judah's household that remains will add root downwards and produce fruit above, because the remains will come out from Jerusalem, and survivors from Mount Zion. The passion of Yahweh armies will do this. Therefore, this is what Yahweh has said concerning the king of Assyria. He will not come into the city. He will not shoot an arrow there. He will not draw near to it with a shield. He will not construct a ramp against it. By the way that he came, he will return. and to this city he will not come. Yahweh's declaration. I will shield the city in order to deliver it, for my sake and for the sake of David my servant. Yahweh's aid went out and struck 185,000 in the Syrian camp. People got up in the morning. There all of them were dead corpses. Sennacherib, the king of Assyria, broke camp and went. He returned and lived in Nineveh. He was bowing down the house of Nisroch his god when Adramelech and Sarezer his son struck him with the sword. They escaped to the country of Erat, and his son Esarhaddon became king instead of him. So this is after, remember, this dude was like, yeah,
Can your God really
he challenged Yahweh.
And then, like I said, God just spank his booty in the crap.
Yep. And so here actually, I'm really interested to see what John Goldingay is going to say. Because it sounds like here is pride, here's the strength of Yahweh, and how he answers the strength. And this is a sign. You will actually eat food. Any other themes stood up to you, JJ? As he woke this morning, the man in the apartment above had already set. Oh, that's nice of you, BB. All right. As he woke this morning, the man in the apartment above had already set his washing machine going, and it was making a clunkier noise than usual. Indeed, I thought there was a helicopter hovering above the building. Was it about to crash into us? Was the washing machine about to crash through our ceiling? Then I heard a news item about a disc jockey from Brooklyn who was lying in bed in a hotel in Portland. Oh. When a taxi crashed through the wall and pinned him under its wheels. It's random. It's a random, absurd thing that shouldn't happen, but happened, he said. I can imagine the commander-in-chief, such as Sennacherib, reacting in that way to the slaughter of his army that this story tells, and reacting that way again if he had chanced to do so when his sons raised their sword against him. Assyrian sources tell of Sennacherib's assassination by his two sons. That's really cool. So here in the Bible, it talks about the assassination of Sennacherib. Huh? Sennacherib. I've been saying it wrong. It's a Sennacherib.
How dare you, Corey?
I know. Okay, so
Corey, disrespect his name. Come on.
So Sennacherib, outside of the Bible, with Assyrian sources, also tells of his assassination by his two sons. They don't tell of an army massacre. You may think the story is a legend. You may think there was a natural disaster. One or two later sources suggest there might have been an epidemic in the camp. You may think there was simply a supernatural event, exactly as the story describes. Your view will probably be decided by the assumptions you bring to the story. I think there are lots of stories in Scripture where something happened, but the story is told larger than life, and that this is an example. So I find it easiest to believe that something like an epidemic happened in a camp, and that it was indeed God's way of bringing judgment on the Assyrians, as indeed was the king's murder by his sons. If this is so, it will happen to explain Israel's concluding that Isaiah was a true prophet and thus keeping his prophecies in a book, when there were other prophets whose words were not preserved. Maybe the words of a true prophet have their ring of truth, and we know they are true, though we might prefer not to acknowledge it because we don't like them. But two or three factors may have objectively distinguished Isaiah from other prophets and pushed Israel in that direction. His prophecies often came true, so that the ones that had not come true were worth holding onto against a day when they would. But false prophets can utter prophecies that come true. You can't believe every prophet. So another factor is the theological and moral integrity about Isaiah's words. He talked about God in an unbelievable way and one that you could live with. His God was not involved only with people's inner spiritual life and worship, but also with the outside world. He was active in a way that combined commitment to Israel, David, and Jerusalem, and commitment to keeping his promises, with concern for the whole world to come to acknowledge Yahweh. Isaiah also insisted that Israel and the world had a responsibility to Yahweh and to justice, and did not get away with it if they ignore such obligations. So in Sennacherib's case, The events that Isaiah describes are ones that shouldn't happen but do, yet they're not random. Another factor aspect was that Isaiah was interesting, made you think, haunted you. The prophecy gives Hezekiah provides examples. He begins with Jerusalem mocking Sennacherib, a neat and bold picture. At the moment, Jerusalem is doing nothing of the sort, but in his God-inspired imagination, Isaiah has seen Jerusalem doing so, and he invites the city to start doing so even at the moment when it has no visible basis for it. Isaiah knows Sennacherib has signed his own and his army's death warrant by scorn for the real God and his assumption about itself and its achievements. The second paragraph in the message, with its opening question about whether people have heard about these things, provides another sort of example. It sounds as if it continues Sennacherib's self-account, but eventually it becomes clear that these are God's questions. You think and do these things, Sennacherib. Think again. I was the one whose plans were being implemented. You were just a pawn in my hand, and you're going to pay for your arrogance. The third paragraph makes outrageous promises to Hezekiah. Further examples of the promises whose fulfillment will have led to Isaiah's words being held onto and preserved. All right. Amen. I think we talked a lot in the middle, so now we can get your stuff set up. All right. All right, so Brendan said, I'm going to be back soon and I'll need it. So that'll be no on his laptop. Well, 1 second. I have to...
You have to connect it to your computer?
No, I need to do... this is the wrong one. I'm using this one.
Oh, wait, that's your one?
No, I mean, I'm also probably going to be using my headset, so I had to do something different. Trust me. I know what I'm doing.
It's not like I'm not saying I know you're not doing anything wrong.
I know.
Just grab a microphone, connect it to your computer, done.
Yeah, I'm using this port so that I can still use the headset. Test.
Wait, why don't you use this?
We're not. All right, test. Can you hear me, David? Are you there, David? Oh, well, David's not even here.
Trying to research. Somehow, where I guess there's this charge power backwards. I did it again, Jason. No, is that a glitch or is that just every server I join I make it a new one? What the heck? Oh, there's still bacon hairs. Eh? Here, bacon hair. What? Oh, what up here?
is flowing. Feel the burn! On fire!
What the heck, Alicia? Oh, what the heck? Why not? Get out of here.
forging something. So they have intelligence. Ice shatter.
Hello?
Hey, Houston.
Hey, I just got back. I thought I saw David on. But...
He was. Broheim had questions, so we're just waiting for him to get back on.
So he is
Ready to evade.
Did something happen with David?
Sorry, 1 second. Turn on the game a little bit.
Did David have to go for work?
I don't know. He was here for a hot second. He had questions, and we're reading. We'll get back, and then I feel like he's playing on game back, but I honestly can't say.
A storm is coming.
What do you see?
Huh?
What do you see?
Gotta share my fight. Oh wait,
Ah,
I'm
I
already
heard
here.
I see.
Yeah, I'm just making.
Loris, you understand action economy. I will say, you cannot do that multiple times at the same time.
Yeah, I said I said second time, so I imagine I should probably heal.
And I will say that does include any other. Doesn't spend the turn doing the action. It doesn't have to explicitly just say second time. It is
Anytime.
one repeat period.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. There we go. Skills.
And there you have the only spoiler I shall give you. Is that, no, one time is indeed one time.
Alright, let's finish him. Burning? No, he's not burning. We should change that.
Feel the burn.
He'll do his big ability. For those who come off. Kruliyama. That's a weapon for him that actually. Oh, interesting. They're changing the. Oh.
Unfortunately, you don't have any points in the other skills it scales with.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'll just my next level I'll put points into that, and then like right before like the final boss, then you know that's when I'll have the. That's when or if they give me enough of the respec things where I can min-max a little bit later on, but since weapons.
Yeah. I'll be honest, like for a bit, I kind of spread out the first couple points, but that's just how I like it, is having a base of not too terrible, but honestly, actually 100% just going into something like UR is probably better. I wouldn't actually know though.
Yeah.
Might does scale the damage for universally though, so I don't think any skill actually, any weapon actually has it as a scaling attribute, since mine is universal.
That's like also this game is on like, since you can like technically dodge everything.
Yeah, but you're not gonna do it perfectly, so you might as well play like you're not going to every time.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases. Like I'll try to dodge every single time, but I'm not gonna be expecting it. So
of course, I don't.
HP.
I obviously don't bank on it. Let's go back for a second. Check the other path. Is that? I always love when games do this, where like, oh, this path looks like the long path. I'll go check the other sub path, and that path turns out to also. That path actually, I thought that was a sub path, actually is a long path.
I really like that aesthetic at the Flying Waters.
Mm-hmm.
It is very surrealist.
Oh yeah.
Also, there is parkour if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I was looking.
Stuff.
I haven't
like that. Those platforms were flat enough where I would assume there is parkour there.
Right here, you say?
You see to the right?
Oh my gosh.
You got to look out for flat platforms. Because I have noticed this game is very good about making it, if you know what to look for, they are very consistently, like, visually different than most other ways. Like, actual paths versus a brush and stuff is different.
Perfect.
I'll be honest, I wasn't trying to backseat you there, I just was letting you know.
Oh yeah, thank you.
It is a thing. Like, both, hooray, you didn't miss it, but, whoops, sorry for,
no,
spoiling you on your natural exploration.
That was cool, thank you.
Gotta be careful about that too. You might have been even earlier and you might not have noticed. I don't know. I actually don't know. Because I didn't pay attention.
Oh yeah, there's a counter, huh? You said there was a counter, huh? What the heck was that, bro?
Oh. Alright. Now I need to go back in the other map and see look for those.
I'm not gonna say anything else.
Thank
No
you.
more speaking.
Okay, so flat things on the map. No.
Just places where it looks like they're platforms for parkour
yeah.
platforming. Also, if you had a controller, it would the like grapple points will vibrate when you walk past them.
What?
Yep, when you walk past the places where you can grapple from, it will vibrate the controller.
Aww.
Ruining your mouse and keyboard leadership. That one I'm not sorry for, because that is something I noticed and realize is not obvious. Because you don't usually use a controller, and I do.
No.
See, now that is how I ruin your time. Anyways, I hope you've been having a good time.
I have.
Like, never mind.
I have been actually been really enjoying this game.
Good. I am very much enjoying it too. It's just distracted with
Poe called.
yeah, my forever game. Like ARPGs is my thing. My thing, and I don't play it. I play them too much. So it's not at the same time.
That's right. I guess I'll play with controller. Oh, I'll be back grabbing controller.
See, what you just need, Corey, is to set up your own motors for when your keyboard does your controller emulation.
Alright. I'm back.
Welcome back. You know what I'm gonna say? You should just make it so your keyboard vibrates when you have a controller vibration.
That's funny.
Just put a stepper motor on the bottom of your desk. Brant, brant.
Ah. Alright, what is the button to... Oh, 8. Oh, wait. Right bumper is a strike.
Right bumper strike, right trigger is sprint.
Right trigger, okay.
That is the run button.
Left trigger's aim.
Boom! Oh, I don't have your...
Ah, I see. That's the one thing about these games, is they reward like exploration, and so like a piece of me, that part of exploration just gets heavily like overdrive.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have mentioned the parkour thing too early and let you figure it out, so that way you don't.
No,
have
it's
to fixate
cool.
on it.
This is a good time because now I can keep an eye on it.
Yeah, you will notice quite a few items as reach, and like they will actively like just glow on a cliff or something. You're like wondering, how do you get there?
Yeah.
And that is part of the time. You have to do that or go wrap around.
Let's spill some ink. From fire.
Oh, right bumper. Hey, parry. Okay.
The storm is coming.
Let's spill some ink.
This is how like I don't technically go on my way to grind, but I get so heavily focused on exploring, and I make a rule to kill anything they run into that's killable. That I inadvertently am grinding.
Good luck with that.
It works actually. Because if my brain turns on to grind mode, I get bored.
Feel the burn. Finesse and grace.
Oh,
Brace yourselves.
going backwards. I thought I was doing. Make sure I have the vibration on. Vibration enabled. All right. Yeah, and I was feeling like this game is being a little bit more flat than I was anticipating, and turns out I'm just missing the grapple points. And I was like, man, I have to unlock something to get it. And
So the grapple points are like generally you won't notice them too often with the vibration, but you'll notice it, but most of the time you'll just see them yourself first.
Yeah.
But it helps understanding of where exactly you need to be at for it to actually
Mm-hmm.
Work once you already found one.
Someone's knocking at my door.
I'll do it.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
Let me help.
A storm is coming.
What's up, Justin?
Oh, I was saying, watch out, the mix-ups are coming because you got mixed up and weren't expecting it. Also, don't be afraid to use the items because they do get refilled they are not consumable per se.
Yeah.
They do get refilled. It's a habit that I have a hard time breaking. Also, it's like I can use this nonsense. It's an item. Thus, it must be single use only.
Survive.
Got power, recovery, can break. Yeah, nothing to mark. Oh,
Ready
I
to
messed
evade.
up. Darn it.
Chrome is
All right.
flowing.
Let's finish him. He's super close to breaking. He's not on fire yet.
Flames. On me.
Точка сюда.
Alright, let's break.
For those who come after.
It was like down here I saw an item that I couldn't get. Now that you told me, be advised, I'm wondering if I get the item. Like around this edge. Why not?
Henry.
And it'll be more obvious than that. That is not gonna be it. It'll take a little bit to get used to because there's a lot of terrain that you can climb up, but you can't actually climb up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. It's like you can Skyrim cheese it, but for no avail. Oh, see. That right there. I saw that last time, and I was like, I thought it was something involved with the white dude, but since as you've seen, it just took down the white dude. Not that. Did I fall down anywhere?
Well, given the direction, then you have to figure out. Then it's probably in the direction that it was showing, like something in that.
That's true because you.
Like it wraps around.
Yeah. That's a good observation point because you can only like you have to be looking right at it. So all right, here we go. So that is facing that way, so it's something to do over there. That means I have to find a way how to get up there. Maybe it's at that rock. Oh, see something over there. Right over there. Alright, we're just up here, that's right. Oh shoot. Oh, that's the case. I might as well start at the very beginning. I can see what you mean by that rumble.
Logan? Logan!
What's up, Logan? No, it's actually we moved it there because we could put the computer. You see where the desktop is at? Like it won't shake. Like if someone hits the desk. That thing is temperamental. If it's shaking at all, it will just stop losing. It will stop sending signal to your graphics card.
Temperamental is definitely a word.
Yeah. That'd be then. So, but Bailey said if you guys can use her computer if you want to. Yeah. I own a copy. You can play with them, JJ. Yeah. JJ, have you met Ethan? You met that Ethan? Alright, at 3 o'clock though, we gotta go through steps. No. one. Oh wait, I've done this one already. That's right. This is where I fought the clown. I mean the mimic. I don't think this one's connected to what I'm trying to find. Alright. I won't find that secret. Even if it takes me all day. Oh, hello there.
An advantage.
So you're gonna have to play Phasmophobia on B Loves Bugs. And are you? Well, for Jada to play with you is. Are you logging into your Steam? You guys. What I'm saying is, if you want to play with JJ, you got to play on the D Loves Bugs because. Oh, okay. There you go. Click early options. This a secondary, yeah, just the fire. Well, I have to send that video to your dad and ask if that's okay. That's it.
This at all wasn't
Yeah. We give it a shot. Hey, love. I'm sorry. Let me put my headphones off. What's up? I don't think this is the platform. Guy's not grabbing it. Yep. Yeah, let's go on low and see if there's. Stairs over there. Give them that time to get like an apartment settled so that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean security's a big deal, so makes sense. Yeah, have a place settled. Yeah. Huh? It's Expedition 33. It's no, it's you haven't seen the combat, but it's. Have you ever heard of Dragon Age? Not Dragon Age. Oh gosh. Dragon. Not Dragon Age. It was a PlayStation game. Is it Dragon Age? No, that's not Dragon Age. Dragon. No. Is it Dragon? Not Dragon Warrior. No, Dragon. PlayStation. Let me just look it up. No, PlayStation. No, that's Cyberpunk.
Are you gonna say something like Dragon's Dogma, even though that's a recent series too?
The Legend of Dragoon. There we go. You heard of Legend of Dragoon? No, so it's like it's RPG, but the fighting is, you just have to see. But it's like a really it's a beautiful story, and actually the music you'll love because it's all classical. I mean, like it's like modern-ish, but it's just a delightful game. But right now I'm trying to figure out how to
Get lost.
I just keep accidentally hitting down. Well, it's like I'm so. No, this is a guy. I beat a mimic down, so I got this. That's his normal look, but I love this. I love this look.
Corey is French at heart.
So there's a secret area that I'm trying to find, and that's why you just see me just running around. All right, in 3 minutes you gotta go through step. See something, Dustin?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said something. No. It won't be here. Here you go. Oh. Here you go.
Let the ink flow.
Get ready. Alright, so like here, like the fighting is either dodge or parry, and so you have to time like even the fighting has to be times to do extra damage and things like that.
Well, mostly the defensive stuff needs to be, but
Well, I
there's
have Game Pass, so I don't have to pay for it right now, and it's just a great game. Huh? Yeah, it just came out. You say something, Justin? But yeah, there's a secret over here that I've been trying to figure out how to get to. But it's gonna have to wait. Alright boys, we're out of time. Alright, Char, if you die, let's call it. You're really close, so use it. Delta has been, out of all the airplanes I've ridden so far, I really like Delta. Hmm.